Okay, everybody, I'm live. This is Dr. Lueth. It is September 10th, 2025. It's 9:03 a.m. New York time, Eastern USA. I am trying to get as close to the microphone on this laptop because I got some extra ambient noise this morning and I'm having trouble with my voice. Um, I don't know. I froze on my computer. Yeah, my roommate is vacuuming right now, so I have extra ambient noise, so I just lean up on the microphone here. I'm yeah down for a count a little bit. I don't have COVID. I got tested. My lungs are clear, so it's not pneumonia, but I might have some kind of infection. I doubt it's a sinus infection. I'm gonna have to go see a doctor and double check. I get the pneumonia shots every year. My immune system does not work as well as it used to, so right, I'm as I say, under the weather. uh, and so I'm trying to do these in more short bursts. Uh, yeah, I know that. Like I'm gearing up for the hockey season too. I'm not sure I'll be able to see many uh, um, Jets games, and I am talking about like the Winnipeg Jets. I'm talking about ice hockey. But yeah, there is the internet radio, and of course, I can check online news, listen to the people. So I'm gonna do my best to try and you know dip in a lot and try and keep up with the season. Uh, so I'm grateful that I do have the internet to do that. But I have so many doctor's appointments and medical things I got to do, labs, all these things. I have a standing order for a lab work that's coming, so I have to do that every 2 weeks. And I have a specialist that I need to go see again. It's not, it's like an hour and 45 minutes away. It's difficult trying to coordinate transportation, but now I have a slightly easier way to do that. And but I wanted to discuss right now. Uh, it is not okay that I went to a doctor after having two other doctors tell me point blank I need to go see a neurological specialist, and that was separate and independent of each other. And I go to this hospital here in Elkton, Maryland, and the doctor says to me, uh, only men over 60 get Parkinson's. This is unacceptable in the United States of America. Unacceptable in every way. Well, I mean, a very well known, famous advocate because he's got Parkinson's. And he's got the traditional kind of Parkinson's that people have heard more about. He was diagnosed at the age of 29. Okay, and there's more than one type of Parkinsonism. You understand? There's different movement disorders, and the only way really to know is if you see a neurological specialist who specializes in the movement disorders. Okay, now me, I was aware. I mean, it's not ataxia, but that is a movement disorder. It's right because I wasn't presenting with certain symptoms, but I was presenting with almost all of the symptoms of Parkinson's. Okay, one of the anticonvulsants that I was taking is no longer effective. So certain things are affecting me more. I'm starting to stutter a little. So singing is becoming a bit more of a challenge, and yes, certain reflux, gastroparesis, sleep issues, of which I cannot control. And there's no cure for them. Uh, A lot of my daily day to day is just trying to get up out of bed and hygiene and do everything I can to make it to doctor's appointments. And it is getting more difficult for me. And yeah, it's my left side that's mostly affected. So I also have osteoarthritis, and because I get twist and turn, and I get weird twitchy movements that my body's not accustomed to. Yeah, I mean, I actually pulled a hip ligament a while back while I was sleeping. Okay, but people need to be aware, and I'm tired of it. United States of America, AMA. You understand? Like we can do so much better. It's insane. Okay, every single person who is a general doctor should know point blank that it is entirely possible for both males and females to start showing signs of Parkinsonism, in their 20s, even. Early detection, folks. It is unacceptable, especially considering I had two other separate and independent doctors tell me point blank, you need to see a neurological specialist. And the specialist that's over here that I had to wait for is like he could do some tests and tell me that I had myoclonus, which is sort of like twitching and difficult movements, and my hand will start like not working, and sometimes I put my pen down to write, and then there's this like I know how to write. I know how to form the letters, okay, but it's like getting it started. Like my pen will be there, and it's just like, okay, well, I gotta wait it out. At some point, right, my hand's gonna start moving. So this is a public awareness, and it needs to be known. And we in the United States of America should not suffer because of the ignorance of the AMA and those people who have, yes, doctor credentials of any general variety. It causes problems with dentistry because I can sometimes TMJ, or I, like my jaw will move and it'll like it's like I'm grinding my teeth, except all day long. And some of the medications I've been on do make your gums weaker. Statins, cholesterol medication will do that. You understand? Like, this is unacceptable, United States of America. It's unacceptable. Now, if other country people see this, I'm saying this to my own country, but it applies all over planet Earth, right? So, more early detection, more understanding of certain symptoms. Okay, get that shit out of your dumb old heads. At this point, it's just plain ignorance, and it is unacceptable. People can start showing signs of a movement disorder, especially Parkinsonism, in their 20s, and they might be subtle, but by the 30s, you understand, it's unacceptable. I will not tolerate it. For the sake of others, I will be a complete asshole about it. Okay, I had to see two separate specialists at Johns Hopkins And I'm very grateful that I was able to get in there, and that one of them who said, well, it's not like Parkinson's of that variety, but I still had every single one of the symptoms: gastroparesis, fibromyalgia. You understand? I got a sleep disorder called periodic limb movement disorder, and that is like restless leg. However, it means your whole body. I toss and turn so much when I'm sleeping. The doctor who saw the results of the sleep test told me it's like I'm running a marathon when I'm sleeping. It is unacceptable, people. Raise the freaking standard. Right. So, I have a specialist, and I do need to go check back in, but my diagnosis came from someone who knows way better than 99% of the human population. So I have been diagnosed with some type of Parkinsonism, and the thing is, it doesn't affect the same part of the brain as people with the kind of Parkinsonism that Michael J. Fox has, but and others. Okay, but it's still very difficult, and because of it's taken so long for me to get a diagnosis, some of this isn't reversible. I mean, I can kind of like stop it where it is. I can make sure I'm not taking medications that exacerbate it. I can start taking anticonvulsants, you understand, but I can't take the medication for gastroparesis. I can't. Uh, it's not tardive dyskinesia. It's not. These things have all been ruled out. I'm tired of repeating myself online. I'm tired of the ignorance in the United States medical system, and I'm tired of the scammers online, and I'm tired of people who watch a TV show and think they know everything about a certain subject. Okay, that's why I've become very interested in the Michael J. Fox Foundation. It's why right. I mean, you could start getting symptoms as early as your 20s, but they're so subtle that right by the time you start showing the signs, you get the fiber diagnosis, you get the sleep disorder, and you get all this kind of stuff. Okay, it can take some time, and early detection is key, and I'm tired of it. United States of America, I will not shut up about it. I will do what I have to do to make sure this information gets where it needs to get. You know, general doctors, like just general family doctors, should know this fact. Okay, simple. It's just that simple. If this applies to other countries, okay, but in the United States of America, excuse me, I will not let other people suffer and go through what I've had to go through. I'm 53. And it wasn't until I was 50, after all this shit piled up, that I get a diagnosis, and that is unacceptable. I will not shut up about it. There are people walking around, even in their 20s, both males and females, who are right, start to show subtle signs of it. That's all I have to say today, but this is educational because not only Am I someone who has a Parkinsonism? But I'm also a, PhD, and become because of how many doctors and medical things I've had to go through. You know, I at least got the accidental qualifications of a nurse at the very least. Ignoring me is only hurting yourselves. The United States.